Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a monster and get actual results today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to your weekly podcast. David Bartels, LeeHonish. David is remote. He's on his way to the Car Expo in lovely Long Beach, California. I'll be going tomorrow and raising hell, Stone Cold Steve Austin style. Throwing stunners all over the building and asking the big question of, why is your marketing only 1%? I love going to marketing booths. For those that don't know me, I have recorded me going to marketing booths and teaching people what to say at marketing booths. So if you're listening to this and you're at the Car Expo tomorrow and somebody tells you they have a 20% response rate, ask them what their face-to-face rate is, just for my own personal amusement. And watch them go, well, we don't have a guaranteed face-to-face rate. Right, you don't. Because crunchy 1 to 3% marketing is the way it will always be. If you're listening to this, you are in the middle of the Distressed Property Coaching and Marketing Call with David Bartels and LeeHonish. I have officially changed the name because, as Michelle Larson asked, why does it seem there are more pre-foreclosures on the rise? And I said, distressed properties is this year's terminology, if you want to get it correct. Agents just seem to respond better to the word distressed properties. So I changed this podcast and recording to that. I'm joined as always by David Bartels of Home Loan Advocates. David, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing. After 5 cups of coffee and day 3 and on the tail end of my flu, I'm alive. I will live through it. I'm ready.
Well, I'm relieved to hear.
I know. It would be really like a loss for all of the real estate world if I were to drop. I realize that. So, David, how can people get a hold of you? Because this came up in the earlier calls. We have some people who need to stop foreclosure dates. That was a question. Some people were having difficulty with that. And I said to our coaching students before we started, part of the program is David Bartels. How can people get a hold of David Bartels?
Well, you can call me, of course, 805-413-8000, 805-413-8000. My email is david@homeloanadvocates.com. So if you've got a foreclosure, you need help with somebody who's trying to get a loan mod and can't seem to figure out how to do that, need help getting a short sale done, need to just work on trying to figure out how to get control of a transaction and just want to reason it out with somebody else and understand what some all the options, or at least all the options as I understand them, I'm happy to have those conversations with you.
And the same holds true for anybody listening who has questions about a distressed property that you need to put in escrow here in California or otherwise. Just contact David. I get you to all the right places. So let's go back to Michelle's question. Why does it seem pre-foreclosures on the rise? And I have said that there are, when it comes to the national perception of the market, David, I know you're going to watch the actual California presentation tomorrow at the expo, but my point of view, because I watch every day what's cranked out, it seems to start from what is the market actually doing, what's happening, boots on the ground, right? Marketing, the market really is, let's start with the basics. The real estate market literally is individual pockets and what's happening in that individual market. I think that's a true statement.
Well, I think that's true. I mean, if you look at a state as big as California, where I'm focused, there are so many different, pockets of, demographics. I mean, I'm in Beverly Hills right now, which is, and if I go, 15 minutes one direction, I'm in Inglewood. You're talking about, the opposite ends of the world, and the market demands and opportunities are very different. So there's no trend in, an overall market. You really have to look at the diversity of the market, and at almost the neighborhood level to figure out what's happening in that market as it relative to price point, which is really probably the best way to segment the market is by price.
Which takes us to the second phase, which is what the real estate agent perception is. And right now, boots on the ground, no matter the market, real estate agents, I truly believe this, are finding it difficult to find a listing because we have less inventory. The one thing we can all agree on, there's less inventory, right? And the prices are very high. Those are generating things like fraud, and we've talked about that over the past couple of weeks. So that's sort of stage 2 of the perception of the market. How are the agents in your office handling the difficulties of day-to-day? And if you want to make a blind insertion of not bad at all because they have the monster, but how is it, that's why I go to the car expo. How is it for regular agents on a day-to-day basis based on your perception as a broker, David?
Well, I mean, it's definitely slowed down. A lot of it is seasonal. We know that the market is going to slow dramatically right after Halloween. That doesn't mean there aren't buyers and sellers. We're seeing two kinds of sellers in the marketplace right now. The ones who are afraid that they missed the top and are going to, they need to sell right now and they want to know how fast can I get it on the market. And then there are others who are saying, oh, it's just the season. I'm going to wait till spring and the prices are going to go up 5%. And so, so how we go, and so the ways that we just, get to a place where we can even have a conversation where they either have urgency to do it now or they think that, this is a normal seasonal slowdown and they're going to wait, is we're doing it all the traditional ways. The one thing that we do every week, the one thing we've been doing every week for a very long time is that we put tags out every single week. We try to average, we do somewhere between 15 to 20 tags at a time. We get 3-4 appointments a week, and that gives us 2 or 3 conversations every single week, and then that obviously grows every single week as our follow-up funnel gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then we're doing a lot of the traditional stuff. We have a FSBO funnel, and we have an expired funnel, and we have a Facebook funnel, and we do CIs, and we do referrals, and we do open houses, and we do all the stuff that, everybody else does. But the least expensive, most consistently effective thing we do is put tags out every single week. And why those, we find there's a lot less competition, and the income we make on those transactions is far greater than the traditional transactions.
And to answer the question of somebody who's listening, who's not a coaching student, because I got this email the other day, what is tagging? Because we talk about it all the time on this broadcast, and I know it goes out on a national level. Tagging is part of the Monster marketing system. All you got to do is type in thelistingmonster.com, the commercial you heard at the beginning. Watch the last webinar. It's also on Facebook. You can type in lee-honish monster, and you can catch up on past episodes of our broadcast. You can watch webinars on how the monster works. Tagging refers to the marketing process of putting out a marketing piece. Somebody actually just blatantly wrote in, hey, can you just send me your marketing piece? I thought that was really nice. No, if you're listening, no, I'm not going to send you my patented marketing piece. Answer that question. So the third and the fourth stage of true market perception, in my humble opinion, is media to consumer, right? So it's media, then consumer. And I think media comes after the real estate agent because I think it leaks up, which takes us to our article of the day. And Yahoo Finance, which is about as mainstream as it gets, David, interviewed Cheryl Young, the senior economist at Trulia. She says, now we have several months of data that tells us the housing market is softening. Now, we've been talking about it literally for months before the market actually softened. But again, we're looking at that sort of leak down process before it becomes something that the general public is aware of. And she goes on to talk about low inventory levels and everything that's going on with the market. But again, you're looking at sort of that dragged out delay from what's happening on the ground, what's happening on a national basis, what's happening on individual markets, what is the real estate agent's perspective, now the media perspective. Now it bleeds all the way back to what homeowners think. Hopefully, and I really truly say this for all of you in real estate listening, I really hope buyers believe the market is softening because I think you need the activity. I really, really fundamentally believe that this is a bad year for real estate agents if they don't start to either start working as a specialty or the market softens up on some level and makes it, a little more affordable. What say you, Mr. Bartels?
What's a what?
What say
a
you?
What say you? Okay.
What say you, not Mr. Yoon, and that would be Dr. Lawrence. But I haven't heard from Dr. Lawrence because all he keeps saying is, see, I told you it was bad. All of his reports just say the same thing. I've said it repeatedly. We're in a very dangerous time.
Yeah, what I think about the market is that it's softening. We are seeing a surge in inventory. Why sales are remaining flat. The market overall is, in my market, Los Angeles, Ventura County is my reference point, is down 6%, 7% year over year. We've been able to, our business is up 28%. So we feel like we're doing really well. We spend a lot of time explaining to people what's happening in the market before we actually get into, listing strategies or even buyer strategies. There are strategies for buyers as well. For me, I think the market is going to be sideways here for a while. The under $600,000 market is going to continue to appreciate, even though the level of the rate of appreciation has really mellowed. It's only 3% year over year versus the 8, 9, 10% we've been seeing. And over 600,000, it's 600 to a million is flat. There's zero appreciation year over year. It's been that way for 2-3 months in a row now. And I'm talking about 12 months over 12 months, not last year versus, last August or September versus this August and September. And under 600,000, over $1 million rather, we're actually starting to see price declines as sellers are competing with each other to lower prices, and the people who have to sell are selling and lowering the prices, and the people that don't are expiring off the market. So what we're seeing is that on average, $0 to $600,000 listings, we're seeing 1 in 4 listings are canceling off the market. 600 to $1 million, we're seeing 1 in 5 is canceling off the market, 0 to 600. 1 in 4 is canceling 600 to $1 million, and 36% of 600 of $1 million plus is canceling off the market, which shows you the